Many of us believe that achieving certain milestones, like landing a dream job or starting a family, will bring happiness. Yet, even after achieving these, we often find ourselves anxiously asking, is this all there is? A philosopher and speaker, Alan Watts, explores this topic deeper in his book, The Wisdom of Insecurity from 1951, which holds a 4/15 rating on Goodreads. In the book, Watts explains the transition Western society went through after the Industrial Revolution, moving away from religion and thus into consumerism, and what we can do to fix our anxieties. Although written more than 70 years ago, the book is ideal for the modern individual ensnared in a web of illusions, perpetually yearning for a brighter tomorrow while neglecting the present in an age of information overload. There are 4 main lessons in the book. First, as the influence of religion and societal standards wanes, life grows more unpredictable. In the relatively recent past, the normal individual's life was directed, or if nothing else impacted, by the severe conventions of religion. In 1948, the vast majority of Americans identified as Christians, with over 90% affirming this belief. However, today, about 30% claim no religious affiliation. This shift began in the 1920s, influenced by the prosperity of the Industrial Revolution and advancements in communication and science. The promises of a blissful afterlife began to lose their allure. People started questioning the authenticity of these tales. In earlier times, religion provided a moral compass, a sense of community, and a purpose to life. But as the traditional religious narratives began to wane, people started to feel empty, and some of them turned into alcohol to fill the void. Is it relevant these days, too? We relentlessly seek greater stimulation with substances or sex to compensate for the void of purpose in our lives. Second, consumerism comes with a false promise of happiness. Many chase the illusion of happiness through promotions, luxury cars, or dream homes, only to find emptiness upon attainment. This endless pursuit, emblematic of consumerism, mirrors a donkey forever chasing an out-of-reach carrot. From childhood, societal norms push us towards specific milestones, equating them with success. Yet when these are achieved, the void often returns, leading to further desires. For example, what if you wanted to be a firefighter and help people, but your parents wanted you to study law? Such societal pressures can divert us from our true passions, causing us to forsake fulfilling careers like nursing or firefighting for more prestigious roles. And ultimately, when we achieve them, we feel empty. So do what brings you joy. Third, there's no pleasure without pain. It might sound cliché, but to truly value life's joys, one must also embrace its challenges. Consider love. It brings immense happiness but carries the risk of tragic heartbreak. Nobody wants that, yet we take risks. Or a good night out. 5 margaritas may come with a terrible hangover the next day. Both pleasure and pain are 2 sides of the same coin, and recognizing them as valuable emotions can help shift our perspective. By accepting life's inherent unpredictability and relinquishing the need for control, one can find peace amidst the ups and downs. Try letting go more often, especially the anxious thoughts of things that haven't even happened. Instead of planning out the future, focus on the experiences of the present. There are many good ones. Finally, your body and mind is the same entity. In our modern world, we often become so consumed by our thoughts that we neglect the signals our body sends us. This disconnect overlooks the body's inherent wisdom. Surprisingly, genius solutions often emerge when our minds are at rest. For example, when we take a shower. By immersing ourselves in our environment and quieting our analytical mind, we can foster creativity. Indigenous tribes, for instance, used to eat by tuning into their body's satiety cues, unlike many who eat mindlessly. By truly listening to our entire being, both mind and body, we can make more informed choices and live more holistically. So, in a world where we often chase elusive milestones, Alan Watts reminds us to embrace the present, understand the duality of life, and recognize the harmonious connection between our mind and body. And remember the most important: the meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple, and yet everybody rushes around in a great panic as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves.
If you want to stop me, you're gonna have to fucking kill